Next to artificial intelligence as a skill, data analysis is the second top skill you would learn in 2024. That's according to the famous Forbes publication. At Apexel Analytics, not only do we impart data analysis and analytic skills, we also tailor the training to commonest analysis needs that reflect the realities of the learner. For example, if you're a class teacher, performance of your class and analysis of the grades is a role that you may not delegate. For a hospital, there will always be need to know which medicines are required most and which diseases are commonest in the locality. Think of a grocery or a hypermarket next to you. It needs analysis on which products are fastest moving and which ones bring in more profit. Go to traffic management. The traffic camera on your road will be useless if its data cannot be analyzed to generate analytical reports on accidents and which times they happen, the location, and the mode of transport that is more prone to accidents. Should it be a school next to you? The school would want to translate data of class performance over the years and, if possible, assess how performance changes with time and also how performance changes or is affected by enrollment. Think of an exporter or a government statistical office that tracks exports of every commodity of every kind. Or think of a customs body or a revenue authority that tracks imports and trade. Be it a bank, it considers analysis of its customer behavior and which products are more profitable. Very important, as it enables the bank to gain a competitive advantage over its peers. Whether it's a family analyzing its family business, or a school or a district trending education performance, whether it's a nearby restaurant, hospital, or bank or a government office, data analysis are a major enabler of business and policy decision making. True, whereas not everyone needs to be a data analyst, every decision maker must have an analytical mind to ask the right questions and inform the best decisions. You are the person that needs analytics. More importantly, your growing child needs to develop, nurture, and sharpen data analysis and data analytics skills. Everyone needs some knowledge of analytics, and that's what we offer at Apexel Analytics. Since the invention of the steam engine in the first industrial revolution in the 1750s, the world has evolved to the current fourth industrial revolution. Unlike the other industrial revolutions that had limited geographical scope, all that anyone needs anywhere in the world is a computer and an internet connection to sharpen their competitive edge and gain a foothold in the fourth industrial revolution. As the world increasingly utilizes robotics, Internet of Things, and it develops magnitudes of data and leverages artificial intelligence, there is increased need to store, integrate, analyze, and visualize data, and therefore digital skills will define the mainstay of the fourth industrial revolution and the world going into the future. It is a digital revolution. It's a fourth industrial revolution. Recognizing this, at Apexel Analytics, we prepare young minds for a better tomorrow. We appreciate that the best time to lay foundation for the future is to empower and invest in the youth of today. Therefore, by using familiar examples, we impart data analytic skills so that a learner, be it a parent or a teacher, is able to make business decisions on sales performance, on profit, on expenses. But we also acclimatize the learner with class performance analysis as something that we consider familiar for learning data analysis and analytics skills. Whether it's a course that you partake for purposes of getting a vacation job and bridging your employability gap, whether it is for future employment or whether you want to help parents or the family in making business decisions to do with the family business. At Apexel Analytics, we empower young people, teachers, and parents to gain a foothold in the fourth industrial revolution. It is a digital transformation. Welcome to the YOUNGSTER Superstar Analytics Mentorship course by Upscale Analytics. In this course, You'll gain exposure to Microsoft Excel spreadsheet user interface, the tabs, the commands, the cells, the rows, and other major aspects of the Excel structure. You'll get to learn how to input data and also how to analyze data using functions and formulas. In this course, the learner will work with two scenarios, one for the student class performance, showing scores and how they can be graded, and then the learner will also gain exposure to business analysis based on a small shop that we are calling Mama's Duka. On class performance, given the students' names and their scores in the different subjects, we shall get to see how to get the totals for students across the different subjects, how to compute the average performance, and also how to achieve the position of students in the class or in a school based on their total or average performance. We shall also learn how to sort the student list based on either the alphabetical order or the order the highest to the smallest scores that are achieved in class performance. We shall also look at charting, for example, looking at student performance by position and total score, and you see the different students and their total scores as well as their position in class. Then we shall also look at the student performance by subject, whereby for each student we see how they have performed in each of the different subjects represented by the respective legends as colored differently in a graph. We shall also see how each of the subjects contributes the total score per student, and then we shall also see the overall performance by looking at which subjects was performed best, which one was performed worst. Talking of student scores, we shall also see how we can grade student scores based on a grading system that awards distinctions, credits, and passes to the respective scores of students. And given the grading based on a number of functions, including VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and IFS function, then we shall look at how the overall performance of a class based on the grades can be assessed or analyzed, whereby we look at the number of students who were able to achieve a distinction 1 and how many distinctions 1s were scored in the whole class, distinction 2s and the rest of the distinctions. And then we also break down the number of distinctions by subject, and we see which subject had the most distinction 1s, which subject had the most distinction 2, and then we go ahead and look at analysis of Mama's shop performance. We have daily business data showing purchases, expenses, sales, and then net profit that is recorded for the different respective days. And these entries or this data covers more than 1,000 days. That's more than 3 years. And then we want to see how we can be able to make sense of this data by looking at the sales, expenses per month, the days worked, and the average daily sales for the respective years, and we see how we can be able to filter the different years. And then we also see how we can break down the sales, expenses, net profit, and purchases for the respective years using a pivot table. And then we see the structure of the pivot table and also how we can group the days and dates and months. And then finally we also look at how we can convert data that has been presented into this format, showing the different entry categories in separate columns, and then converting them into what we call and pivoting them into with categories being in one column and then all the amounts being in another column, whereby the category column will have purchases, expenses, daily sales, and net profit, all of them being filled in one column. And this is done for purposes of generating pivot tables in this format that we are seeing here. This format can only be achieved if this data has been converted
from this format to this format. And this makes it easier for us to analyze using pivot tables and be able to summarize how Mama's shop is doing. I hope you will enjoy this lesson. As Malcolm X said, that the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And also Carol just said the only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and to change. And certainly, as per Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and work together to make the dreams come true. Welcome to this course, and we hope that your dreams will come true and you'll conquer the future through this analytics mentorship course. Enjoy and welcome.